Hey guys, this is Nick with Cymatics and welcome to video number 5 in our Hip Hop Beatmaking Foundation series. And in this video we're going to be covering hi-hats and adding hi-hats to your hip hop beat. So far we have just added our kick and 808 and have a snare in there, or a rim shot. So the beat is starting to take shape, but what we need is a bit of hi-hat action for sure. So what we're going to do is create a new MIDI clip. And I'm going to use the hi-hat that I had from the first video. And we're just going to write a simple pattern, 16th notes, just to get a grip on how it's going to sound. It's usually what I start with, especially at these tempos, 150, 160 BPM. I usually pan them off to the right or the left a little bit. And now the key is to make this a bit more interesting. I mean, some songs you can kind of get away with just having this scheme in terms of the notes, but I want to make it a bit more interesting. So usually I just kind of add 1 or 2 notes. And I do some rolls, some hi-hat rolls. And I tend to place them in somewhat unpredictable spots, and sometimes I have the roll just replace a single hi-hat hit. That's a bit too quick for my taste, so I'm going to extend that. And I tend to screw with the velocities to make the roll a little bit less computer-like, a bit more natural. Okay, let's make the loop shorter. Okay, cool. Now typically what I do is I usually have 2 hi-hats just to throw some other stuff in. Keep it a bit more interesting, give it a different sound, different texture with a different hi-hat that has a different tonal quality. So let's boost that a bit. And sometimes I tend to just stack it underneath the main hi-hat in certain moments. So like here, for instance. Or we can even try it here. And I like it when it's pitched down relative to the main hat. We can try this kind of thing. Now this is the sample itself is panned off a little bit too much to the left, so I want to bring it in so it's kind of balancing the main hat, which is panned off to the right. And I tend to kind of change the length of the hat if it's a bit too long, because I want to articulate it a certain way to match the first hat. So I kind of like how this last roll is cooler. So let's try some other stuff. So in this way, the second hi-hat is kind of a percussive instrument. We can even do, usually I do a few rolls as well. And just change the rolls, the length of each note to make it to how you like it. Sometimes I do some stuff like this. Then I audition different hats. same hat. So all open hats. Okay. There we go, like that. Yeah, another way you can do this is by just, instead of, it's a bit less practical, but you can just automate the transposition knob. So you can go into your MIDI clip. Since I touched that transposition knob, it's going to be available in my automation clip here, and I can just cool way to add some movement. Let's spread this out a bit more. Yeah, it gives it a nice triplet vibe. Yeah, it's cool. That way these two notes kind of build up to the second note here. Cool. So that's the general idea of how I would construct the hi-hat track, and we're gonna spruce it up a bit with some percussion in the next video. Add some open hi-hats, which will really bring the bounce into the groove. So hope you enjoyed this one and learned something, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.